In the ancient city of Babylon, there lived two young lovers named Pyramus and Thisbe. Pyramus was a handsome young man, with piercing green eyes and curly brown hair. He was known throughout the city for his intelligence and wit, and he was admired by many for his bravery and courage. Thisbe, on the other hand, was a beautiful young woman, with long flowing locks of dark hair and piercing blue eyes. She was known for her kindness and compassion, and many saw her as the epitome of grace and elegance. Despite their many differences, Pyramus and Thisbe shared a deep and passionate love for each other. They had grown up together as neighbors, and over the years, their friendship had blossomed into something more. However, there was a problem: their families had been feuding for generations, and their love was forbidden. Pyramus and Thisbe were determined to be together, even if it meant breaking the rules and risking everything. They would often meet secretly under the shadow of a large mulberry tree outside the city walls. They would whisper sweet nothings to each other and plan for their future together. One evening, Pyramus and Thisbe decided to meet at their usual spot, but Thisbe arrived first. While she was waiting for Pyramus, she noticed a lioness with blood on her jaws. Terrified, Thisbe fled to a nearby cave to hide, dropping her veil in the process. When Pyramus arrived, he found the veil on the ground, stained with blood, and assumed that Thisbe had been killed by the lioness. Grief-stricken, he drew his sword and killed himself under the mulberry tree, believing that he could not live without his beloved Thisbe. Shortly after, Thisbe emerged from the cave and found Pyramus lying lifeless on the ground. Devastated, she took the sword and killed herself, hoping to be reunited with Pyramus in the afterlife. The gods took pity on the tragic lovers and transformed the white mulberry tree's fruit into a deep red color in their memory. From that day on, the fruit of the mulberry tree would forever remain a symbol of their love and sacrifice. However, the story of Pyramus and Thisbe did not end with their tragic deaths. Their families, upon learning of their children's fate, were devastated. They realized the folly of their long-standing feud and the tragic consequences it had wrought. The two families came together in mourning, united in their grief for the loss of their children. They made amends with each other, pledging to put aside their differences and live in peace and harmony. The tragedy of Pyramus and Thisbe had shown them the futility of their hatred, and they were determined to honor their memory by creating a better future for their city. In the years that followed, the city of Babylon flourished under their newfound unity. The people prospered, and the memory of Pyramus and Thisbe became a symbol of hope and inspiration for generations to come. The mulberry tree, which had witnessed their love and sacrifice, became a sacred site for the people of Babylon, who would often gather there to pay their respects to the tragic lovers. Despite their tragic end, Pyramus and Thisbe's love had left an indelible mark on the world. Their sacrifice had brought peace to their city, and their story had become a timeless tale of love and tragedy, inspiring generations to come.